Hello everyone and welcome back to Planet Zoo. Once again, wow, what a surprise, more Planet Zoo. And in this short of a time, yes, and there's gonna be more next week, wow. What are we doing today? We're building water slides and some backstage area and a pool, I think. And blah, 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 all the stuff. And to start out with, we have a nice big lake. Because this Waterpark is like realistically, I think it was called Lake Dolores, a man-made lake in the middle of the desert there, or like desert, like the area, blah blah blah, there. And I thought, oh, that's a cool idea, so I put that in as the main swimming area of the park. And then here we have a little water play area for people to stand who don't want to swim or something. It's not a shower. Very important not to shower because we have dedicated showers for that. There's no chlorine in the showers, and here it is chlorine in there, whatever. And then some more of those weeds. I found this weed thing, never used it before. I think it's part of the aquatic pack. It's like bam, I can use that, bam, bam, bam. So I used it pretty much everywhere. I made it even look more like worn down and ugly and more of like a red flag not to go there. We will be putting animals in here, by the way, but I don't think I explicitly do that in the video. But I think the animals we chose were flamingos and 2 gators or crocodiles in here, so that's interesting. Of course, people need a way to get onto this kids area play section, blah blah blah. And I made like a little plaster bridge with once again this playful fencing. I don't know if people can actually walk here. I started out with a path thing, but since people couldn't use anything here anyway, I just kind of left it. So I don't think there's pathing underneath this bridge. And we needed also like a way for people to step into the lazy river, otherwise they couldn't get out, which is fine by me, but apparently that's not according to regulations. And this park was already not quite into that, but yeah, we have to make compromises somewhere, you know? Yes. Some more desert foliage, and you can see where this park is going with the main decorative aspects. Yeah, last week we did the entire layout, and today we are, well, not the entire layout, but like the general vibes. And today we're gonna expand a bit on that, so we're gonna have like a locker section, changing rooms, water slides, you name it, like all the typical things you expect of a water park. And the next episode is like finishing it off, adding some extra shops and blah blah blah. But you'll see that next week. Okay, yeah, here is the shower area, and I decided to make this ugly blue fences because I don't know why. It just, I thought it looked okay. And I used the decals and some of the new beams. Well, I think they were part of the Australia pack, but they're new for me. And then yeah, again, decals on the floor as like the shower drains, and you can see how they are really making me happy that they added those things. Perfect for a layout park like this. And then I continued using that fence style for like a bit more in the park, but then this a different color, because everything works in here. Everything can be ugly and it still works. That was the goal, and that's what I think I achieved, and I'm happy it went that way. So you may see this brown wall, this wooden wall across the square, across the park. And that is the size limitations we had of the contest, so I can't build outside of that. Now I can build above and below as I want, but not outside that border in the in those axes. Here we have some, how do you say that, buoys, like a line, and I use I think pots for that. So people can't swim further than that. It's a nice, I thought, oh, that's nice, because then I don't need to add detail outside of that section anyway. We can use foliage outside of the section and scenery, or like scenery, well, and not building section stuff. But here we are constructing the water slides, which was a pain, and I copied it straight up of Silvarret. He made like water slides in Koali Beach back in 2017. 2016 even, I'm not sure. I watched the videos like, oh, I can do that as well, and then I copied it. And it turned out reasonably well. He did it a bit better, he had a bit more space for it to do that. But I had to put it in a small area, so I mainly have just like helixes going down like a spiral. But it looks alright, I think. It looks pretty nice, right? Looks believable. Well, I guess when the supports will be in there and stuff, it's all finished. And then I try to be a bit creative with the shaping of here. So you go to the left and the right and then into the water. And there's going to be 3 slides here. A blue one, a yellow one, and a purple one, if I remember correctly. And they all intermingle a bit. I tried that. At least it was a bit tough because I didn't really plan it out in advance that much. But it turned out alright. And yeah, it's a nice experience for guests to go in there, and then in a sec we'll be constructing a platform for them to enter them, of course. So you need some stairs. Here's some supports for it, and also all basic shapes and the like, and some pillars. Yeah, I'm glad they still have the basic shapes in Planet Zoo, just like Planet Coaster, because they give you a bit more freedom in what you can build. But yeah, I still do notice like the general props we have in this game are kind of tricky to work with sometimes for the things I want to build. And I know it's like a zoo game, and there's not a lot of theming in zoos because it's a zoo and not a theme park. But it's kind of what I'm into. So yeah, I try to find some nice things for that. Luckily, this water park is just ugly. That's this theme. It's just ugly and bright, and we can do that in the game, so that's nice. So here we have a little structure for people to climb the water slides and ride them. It doesn't look really safe to walk on, but it is, I think. I mean, it hasn't collapsed yet, so maybe my opinion will differ when it does collapse. Okay, that was that, I think. Now we have some more launch chairs or sun chairs. I don't know what they're called. And a nice big parasol there as well. Some more weeds. And so I used elephant grass. Now that doesn't grow in the Californian desert, I think. But I don't care, people. And these lilies probably don't either. But again, I don't care. I just think it looks nice. And you know, I'm trying to be into realism, but I'm also not. Just trying to make it look pretty mostly. And then we have some grass going through here and there. Because, you know, it's been deserted for ages. And it's like too much weeds. And nature is reoccupying this area. Anyway, the first proper building we're building here. The ticket building. And yeah, I think it's like a bit of Art Deco inspired. I used images from Google of what is it called, like Lake Dolores Waterpark. I think it was called differently when it eventually shut down, or when they rethemed it. Didn't really go anywhere, sadly enough. But I thought the entrance things looked reasonably nice if they weren't full of graffiti. So I took that in inspiration and made like the main info shop there, and then some ticket facilities to the right. And I put those in front of the water park, so there's not actually the plaza in front of it, but it's just I try to be a bit more efficient with the space you can use. Otherwise, we would have run into issues with that. But luckily we didn't. So we're just placing the roof on top now, and yeah, that's already this building complete. It's not that spectacular. It's not that complicated, but it does give up like a nice vibe, I think, that we can use in the rest of the park. And especially next episode you will see a bit more, actually this episode already, a bit more of those buildings. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with those. Really ugly colors again, like the lime-ish. No, that's not really lime green, is it? It's more like a green. Nah, it's an ugly green. It's like all the colors have been worn down through the ages of descent or something like that. This is my favorite building in the park, I think. It's like a weird, funny shape. It's like a bit like half, how do you say that? Like it's a ramp shape. It's a bit silly and whimsical and a bit tacky as well. And yeah, I think it fits really nice into this little park. And then of course we had to do it for the other side. Otherwise you don't have a building with a wall, and we want a building. And some orange in there, because why not? Let's have the ugliest possible color combinations everywhere. And I think there was a shop in here realistically, so I also put a shop in here in the game, just a memento, I think. And we use these the iron brackets to keep that roof thing up. Yeah, I don't know what they're called actually. but you can see what I used. So and then it says shop, but I'm gonna get rid of that, I think. And then we have a lot of those. I use like the font spec, and then I recolored them to make it look like an ugly, like pattern you find in a bus seat in public transport. The ugly stuff. But yeah, I think it works well. And then some branding, blah blah blah, and we're done. Okay, next building. Yoop. This is the changing room building, and maybe also like a staff facility thing. I don't know. Again, avant-garde. No, not avant-garde. Art Deco. I don't know anymore about these architectural styles. You say what it is. Just initially just a square building, but the front and back facade make it look a bit more interesting. But yeah, that's it. Not that special. Okay, and now we're building a pool. What do you do in the pool? You swim. But what do we do with a pool? We put alligators into it. So yeah, expect that soon. Next episode probably. And yeah, we of course we had to do it full. I'll go all the way and put like lines in there, swimming lanes you find in the Olympic swimming pool or whatever. Every water park needs one of these at least. So we have 3 main ways of swimming here. We have the kids pool, then we have the lake, and then we have the Olympic swimming pool. I thought it was pretty nice for like a small 30 by 30 area. So that's why we kept it at. And then some signs here, and then, oh yeah, we had to put a little staircase, of course. Otherwise people couldn't get out. That's very important. Some vents, some drains if necessary, some more drains on the sign. You know how a pool looks like, and then some diving pedestals, I would say. And I think I even put a plank on one of them. Yeah, here we go. So people can have a bit of fun. I guess that was me putting up trimming there. Oh yeah, we have of course some walls here. Like I said before in last episode, we have different ways of making walled areas in this park. We have the wooden fencing, and now we have this like, I don't know, plaster fencing thing with ugly colors like the yellow and the blue with the red here. It doesn't mix, but that's the fun of this. So this is gonna be like a chair where the what's it called, the pool guard guy or woman sits. And I forgot we had these little planks in the game, which are great for making custom things like this. And yeah, it was easier than I thought making a chair like this. It turned out pretty nice, huh? Yeah. Oh. Some more in the back here. And of course he needs to walk up, so that's that. Let me know what you think of this water park idea. Of course I could have gone with a zoo, but everyone is doing a zoo. Someone made like a fairy tale zoo with like fairy tales. That was pretty cool. But besides that, pretty much everyone made a zoo. Some really good, some alright. But I was just, I'm not that into animals necessarily. I mean, I like animals. It's just I prefer like the architectural things more. So that's why I was, oh yeah, let's just build this. It was more of a fun thing to do. Did put more time into it than I expected initially. But the result is good enough. I'm happy with it. It will be on the workshop next week publicly when the last video opens up. And you can find the temporary version on the last video for members. So if you want to have a look at the park earlier, you can do that. And what are we doing now? We're making lockers. Oh yeah, of course you need lockers in a pool, because otherwise you can't put your stuff anywhere, right? So yeah, that's gonna be here. And I think we're nearing the end of the episode already. I'm trying not to make these episodes too long, because I don't like watching Planet Zoo or Planet Coaster videos for that long of a time. I get bored easily. So let me know what you think of the length of these videos. I'm still trying to find the right balance, of course. Yeah, so tell me what you like. Then we have some backstage stuff here, and more yeah, just stuff around, you know, to make it look deserted and ugly. Some foliage, blah 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 blah, some boxes. Yeah, if you liked the video, like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and if you want to support the channel and have early access to new videos, click the join button. Alright, see you guys next episode, and have a great day.